Chalo. See, as part of our further sessions, I need this manage DB. I need this schema, external status, and our first DB, so that I am creating all these database and then schema. Okay, I am creating manage DB. I am creating external status schema. I am creating a schema which is called external status under manage DB. Okay, see here, create or replace database name, create or replace schema, and then schema name. This is database name dot schema name. Now I am going to create the more database, our first DB. Okay. Now you can replace, you can refresh, so that you will see the manage DB, our first DB in this list. See, manage DB, our first DB. This is clear, guys?
Yeah.
Now I am going to create one table. I am going to create one table in the our first DB. Okay. This is a target table where you upload the file data. So it has the 6 columns: order ID column, amount column, profit column, quantity column, category column, subcategory column. Okay. So in which database I am creating it by seeing this is the table name, guys. Can you tell me what is this? In which database I am going to create a
Our first DB, yeah.
sorry?
Our first DB and schema is a public schema.
Yeah, our first DB is the database, public is a schema, and then orders is the object name, which is table name. In previous session, I mentioned that which is a fully qualified name, which is a fully qualified name in my sessions, in all the scenarios, in all the objects, I am going to use this fully qualified name only. You need to understand clearly. You don't get confusions. Okay, you need to habituate for this. Even in your projects also, you need to write object name like this only. Why do we need to write like this, guys? A fully qualified name. Any reason?
In order to have ambiguity if the same table exists in a different schema or a different database.
Yeah. Suppose let's consider. Now I am creating line number 25. Line number 25. I am creating a orders table. If I don't mention database name or schema on the schema name while creation of a table or while reading a table, today you may don't have the orders table in other database so that it will execute properly. Let's think. You have a orders table only in this our first DB, and we don't have orders table in other database. So if you don't mention database name and then schema name, your code will execute properly. It won't give any error. In future, unfortunately, someone has created orders table in other database. Then whatever you have written your existing code without database name, schema name, it will throw the error. Ambiguity table name. That is nothing but the table name is available in two databases. From which database I need to select. So that will give you the confusion. So that always you need to write this fully qualified name for all the objects, not only a table, for views, for stays, for store browser, everything. For all the objects, you need to write fully qualified name. Now I am going to create this table. Okay, our first table public orders and then order ID, amount, profit, quantity, category, subcategory. I just place the cursor after your semicolon. I execute. So this table is created under orders our first table. Let's see. See, orders table. We have created orders table. We have created. Okay. Yes or no? We can able to see this newly created table in the our first DB. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
Shekhar, I have a question here. What is the default database if you don't mention it? For example, our first DB and the schema, if you don't mention that database name and the schema name, what will be the default database name
There
that
is
we
no
are
there is no default database here. You need to select the database from here. There is no default database here. Okay. If you select the database, then it will ask you to select the schema here.
okay? As a first time when we log into the account, once the account is
Yeah, that is
created,
what when you log in into when you create the account, when you create the account and then when you log in into the account by default multiple databases sample databases will be provided. Snowflake learning DB, Snowflake sample data. These three databases will be available. You need to come here and then select the database and then schema. Then you need to start work. But very initially, it will be blank here. It will be blank here. Okay,
yeah,
clear?
yeah,
Yeah. In other databases, there will be a default schema. If you don't mention the schema, then it will go into the default schema. But in Snowflake, you need to select the schema before working with any SQL code. Okay, clear or not clear?
yeah. And also we can create our own schemas as well, right?
That is
So, for
what.
example, many applications are required. We can create have our own okay test schema. Yeah.
That's what
Yes.
yesterday I told yesterday I explained. We can create. You can create your own schema. Obviously, you will be having your own schema, not your public schema in the projects. See here, if you explain the Snowflake database, here you have your own schemas, your own schemas. See how many schemas you have. There are no, there are different schemas based on your requirement. Okay. Suppose let's consider you think that you are working for the very big project. Okay, some banking project or healthcare project. So there will be different sections like inpatients, outpatients, okay, registration, okay, pharmacy, right, and laboratory and admin and financial thing and visits, okay, payment and discharge. So you will be having a different sections, yes or no, in hospitals, guys. Following or not following?
Following.
Yeah, what I mean to say, suppose if you are working for the healthcare project, which is for any of the hospital, your application has deployed into your application is deployed into one of the hospital. Let's consider you are working for the one of the product based company, and that company is developing their own healthcare application. That application is used by or that application is used by different hospitals in the different geography. It may be used in the US, it may be used in India, it may be used in the China also. What they will do that application will install in their systems, their hospitals, to make their life easy, and then to store the data into the one database. To make their life easy means, instead of making the complex, wherever you go in the hospital, whether you go to the registration department, whether you go to the doctor, whether you go to the pharmacy, whether you go to or take the some reports, whether you go to make the payments, etc. Wherever you go, based on this patient ID, they can able to see all the history of your disease or whatever, all the history, how many reports you have, how many prescriptions doctor has suggested, so how many visits you have made, how much amount already you have paid, what is the pending amount, etc. Everything. So that application has developed by your company, and then so the data is stored in the database. Now, why I have taken this example is, see, they have the huge data and then huge tables in the application. Based on the application and then based on the department, whatever the data is going to process in the front end, that is going to store in the your database. Instead of creating a multiple databases, you just create one database. Under one database, you create the multiple schemas here: registration, okay, patient's information, doctor's details, pharmacy, okay, payments, lab, okay, etc. So you can create the multiple schemas. Under the multiple schema, you create the multiple tables, and then start using your database. So like that, your schemas will be useful. Instead of creating a multiple databases, you create one database and then you create the multiple schemas, and then store the and related or corresponding tables into those schemas. In those schema, then you can start load the data into those tables which are available in the schemas. So that's how your schemas will be useful. Clear or not clear? Tell me.
See the one like Shekhar, like the tables, right? For example, you said the registration, right? Under registration, the table your suggested or preferred design will be having only one table will have a US registered customers, other table India registered customers, or the same table will have all the registration.
That is actually, so that is the design data modeling. How you are modeling? See, suppose registration. If if your application or hospital is available in the multiple geography, like India and then China and then USA, Yashoda Hospital. Let's consider Yashoda Hospital. Yashoda Hospital is available in the different parts of Telangana and then Andhra Pradesh. So uh, in that scenario, suggestion or recommendation is create the multiple tables for the multiple hospitals. Then it will be easy to maintenance. Okay, that is your question, right?
Yeah, yeah. Performance also will be faster, is it?
That's what. See,
Yeah.
the performance. If if you store huge data, if you store usually in the data warehouses, there is a difference. OLTP again, OLTP and then OLEP. Now here working on the OLEP currently in the Snowflake, there is data warehouse. In the data warehouse, the number of tables will be very less, and then the huge data is going to store in the single table with a lot of columns. So that is what data warehouse. In case of OLTP, vice versa, you are going to create a n number of tables, divide the data into the multiple tables, normalization, okay, and then store into the data into all those tables, and then read the data into the from the multiple tables. So there are pros and cons in between the two. OLTP and while AP. Someone say if you have a multiple tables, then while implementing a code, then it will become a difficult because you need to join all the tables and then bring the data. Then somewhere it will take the time. So, but the best practice is you should be create the multiple tables in a small set of tables and then load the data into those tables. That is the best. But in data warehouses, no, it is denormalization. 500 columns, creating a single column and then store historical data in a single table. So for that, your system, your configuration should be configured very well to perform very well. Okay, got your question, guys? Clear, not
Yeah,
clear?
yeah. For all the for OLAP Snowflake data warehousing, for all the country registration details can live in the same table. So if you want, we can create a views also, right? For a country
No,
specific
no,
view.
no, 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 no. See, in that scenario, if the different country, Yashoda Hospital is operating in India, operating in other country also, better. Even though you are in data warehouse, better to create the multiple tables for the different reasons or different geography. Don't mix up everything in the India data, China data, USA data. No, that will become a very complex. Because in India itself, you will get a lot of data, huge data daily. Your retail job will bring the data, legacy data, and then load the data into the your data warehouse. If you combine all multiple geography data into single table, then no, it will create a problem. In that scenario, so you can create the multiple tables, even though if you are in a data warehouse, but still, for the maintenance, you need to create the separate tables. That is a good practice.
Yeah, but yeah, and also it depends on the use case as well, right? Because if we need a report for Yashoda Hospital for all the across all the tables, if we need
Then
a
you can
report for
join, you can join, not an issue. Or you can write that logic in a single view and then refer that view. That is not a problem. But if all the geographic data you are storing in one database, that is again it will headache in the future.
oh, okay. But tables will be performance will be slower, is it? Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah, table performance will be slower. The SQL performance will be slower. The more data comes into the same table for
that's
all the
what database. According to that, you need to plan your configurations, right?
we have to configuration in the sense we have to choose the size of the warehousing. That's what you mean, right?
Size of the warehousing, size, resources, computing resources, everything will be appropriate, right? Or else your database will die.
Oh, okay, okay.
Chalo. I am creating this table.
Sagar, one more question. So you
Yes,
said that instead of storing all the data in a single table, right? We have to split, right? What is the category we have to consider for splitting different is it based on the country ways or based on the branch or based on the location? How you decided how you splitting two different schemas?
that's what that is a requirement. That is a requirement. See, before going to touch your database here in the Snowflake, first you will work in the lot of things in the paperwork. First, you will design your ER diagram, entity relationship diagram. So that is a logical design. So before that you will work with the conceptual model. So there you will do the lot of analysis, lot of discussions, lot of decisions. Everything will be made before going to create the physical tables in the database and then schema. Before doing that, you will be doing a lot of analysis, lot of plans, lot of flowcharts, data modeling, everything. So finally, you will make a decision and then come into the physical designing. Right? That's what we have a ER diagram. What is the meaning of ER diagram? You are going to draw the blueprint of your physical database, how your database is going to create. And before to that, so you will get the business from the business, get the business details from the business people. So based on that, you will take a call. Suppose let's consider your business is available in the only 2 or 3 countries. Then in that case, what you need to do? And forecasting. So based on the business, you have a plan to expand your business across the globe. So for that, what you need to do? For that, what you need to do? No, you are going to have a business in only in India. So for that, what you this will be considered based on a lot of parameters. Frame. Okay.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yeah, correct.
Muttu.
Yeah,
Yes or
I
no?
understand that. Yeah, yeah. We have to check the data volume and data size and growing
Yeah, number of
exponentially.
transactions,
Yeah.
number of users,
Which
and
columns?
how much data daily
Yeah.
the business is going to process. So out of that, how many new records, maybe how many how many new records will get, how many changes you may get, everything before that, each and every point you will take into the calculation and discussion. So based on that, you will make a decision and then draw the ER diagram and then check the ER diagram. That ER diagram is the exact replica that is the logical design. Whatever you are creating here in the Snowflake, that is a physical design. The logical once the logical design is decided, the exact thing you are going to create in a you are going to create in a your physical database design. That's what data modeling.
See the one like in the design, right? So the Snowflake will support star schema and also Snowflake schema. Snowflake schema is nothing but having a fact dimension and the subdimensions, right? So
Usually,
and all
we follow star schema only.
okay, star schema, only, fact and dimensions. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and also will it support the Kimball data model, right? Like I'm not familiar with that. Will it
No, no,
help
no.
in
That's what's Kimball and then Inman. Kimball and then Inman. Inman data warehousing model is Kimball is a little bit. I am little bit. I forgot that part. Kimball or Inman. So those are the usually OLTP and then OLAP. So one has introduced the OLAP, one has introduced the OLTP. I'm not sure. I need to refer that one actually. I forgot that point. Kimball is the I think for the while AP. So that is your this is your data warehouse designing. Kimball and then Inman data modeling based on the denormalization and the normalization. That's it. Yes or no?
yeah, yeah, that's right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, that point actually I forgot. I need to refer. In olden days, I have studied and then I forgot that who is OLTP introduced and then who is OLTP introduced. Both either Kimball or either Inman.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, I got one more question. Might be many people ask this question. I joined late.
It's
Uh,
okay, not a problem. Whatever it is, you can ask.
okay,
But
okay. So the
it,
Snowflake in Capital One, we are using Snowflake for storing the historical data. So my
hmm.
question is there any other possible way we can use Snowflake for real-time process kind of OLTP kind of achieve the
No,
ACID properties?
no. This snowflake is meant for the data warehouse.
Oh, only for data warehouse. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
No,
sir. That's it.
snowflake is meant for the data warehouse only. Okay,
Got it.
clear? Or any basic questions?
So and one more, for example, we have different schemas, right? So
Hmm.
maintaining table is difficult. On top of that, we have a schema. So schema for maintaining schema is one more headache, right? For different.
I,
Uh,
I didn't understand your question.
no, no. Table is the one of the way we can segregate the data, right? So on top of that, we have a schema. I mean, kind of. Uh, database name dot schema dot table, right?
Correct.
So why we have a different schema for to segregate the data? Anyhow we have a table, then within the table only we can different name we can handle, right? Why we have unnecessary headache for schema?
That is what. See, you are thinking one side of the coin. You are thinking one side of the coin. There are lot of concepts other side of the coin. Okay, why they have introduced? Why they have introduced the schema? Your question is valid only. Okay, see here. See here in this database. In this database. In this database, you may be having some 20 schema. Out of this 20 schema, let's consider you may be having some 200 tables or 2000 tables also. Okay,
Okay.
yes or no?
Yes.
I will give you the one example. I have discussed about this hospital healthcare project, and then application, and then I have given the example. Okay, example, and then you have a lot of departments within the hospital. Yes or no? Registration, pharmacy, and payments, visits. Okay, visits, discharge, inpatients, outpatients, etc. Now, within all these schemas, I'm considering each department has a one schema. Each department has a one schema. Okay. Within all this schema, there is a one common thing. Patient is a common for all the schemas. Patient. Suppose if you go to the registration, patient is there. If you go to the pharmacy, patient is there. If you go to the doctor, patient is there. If you go to the payments, patient is there. In that scenario, suppose if you wanted to create a same table name, okay, same table name for all your different schemas, then you are going to create that table of patient details. Okay, registration dot patient details, fine. Pharmacy dot patient details, doctors dot patient details, payments dot patient details, then laboratory dot patient details. So in this case, it will allow the same table to be created in a different schema. Okay, if you don't have a schema concept, then you can't create same table in a same database. You can underscore something else. Yes or no,
Yeah.
guys? And
Yeah,
also, yeah, and also easy to manage your schemas. Suppose let's consider if DBS they wanted to manage the database, so based on the schema wise also, so that is the other side of the coin. That is other side of the coin. So you are thinking one side of the coin. There are a lot of reasons other side of the coin. So if you have a different schemas, in that schemas you have a different tables to manage, very easy for the database administrators. If they want, suppose someone will ask them, hey, I need these many set of tables, and these tables are having a these set of tables are having this schema, they need a backup. So in that scenario, instead of taking the backup of whole database, they can take the backup of one schema and then send it back to them. So these are a lot of things are there why we need a multiple schemas instead of a single database. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah. Got it.
Clear? Got your answer, or still any sort of questions?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. I am understand. Yeah.
Muttu, is that clear?
yeah, yeah. That is fine. Yeah,
Hmm. So there are a lot of things actually other side of the coin. Okay. So these are the basics. We will come through know why whenever we work more on the things, right?
yep.
Chalo. Just I will complete this one within 5 minutes. I will create this table. Okay. And so this is your stage. Create stage name, and this is your S3 bucket. This is your S3 bucket. Okay. This is your S3 bucket, and then file format type equal to CSV, delimiter equal to CSV, skip header equal to 1. Even you can see this S3 bucket also. Wait, I will show you. bucket S3 bucket. You need to write like this. If you browse this in any web browser, this is the S3 bucket. So here you have 3 files. One is loan payments data.csv, order details data.csv, and then sample data.csv. If you wanted to see the file, what is there in this file, then you can place the file and then it will download. This is order details.csv. This is the source file. See, so you have all these columns in the source file. So that's how this is publicly available S3 bucket. Publicly available S3 bucket. Okay, S3 equal to your S3 bucket, file format equal to CSV, field equal to comma, and then skip header equal to 1. So you are processing CSV file, and then which is a CSV file which is separate with the comma. Columns are separate with the comma, and then while loading a data into the table, you are ignoring a header name. So this is your stage. Okay.
So we don't need to give access credentials for this one.
So for now, not required. This is a publicly available S3 bucket. For now, not required. We will discuss that little bit further. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your S3 bucket. You wanted to see how many files are there. You wanted to see how many files are there in this S3 bucket. So for that, you will be use the list command, but prefix that symbol, prefix with the @ symbol, prefix with the @ symbol. List your stage name. List your stage name. Okay. So these are the 3 files we seen here. File 1, file 2, file 3. Okay. Loan payments data CSV, order details CSV, sample data CSV. So these are the files we have. This is the size. Okay, etc. That you can check. So you have created the stage with this S3 bucket, and this is your stage name, and then you see how many number of files are there. You just load the data. Into this table, this orders table I have created, which is suitable to your order details source file. This source file and then the table structures are same. So I am going to load the data into the table by using copy command. Copy into your table, orders table, from this external stage. So this is optional. You can write, or if you don't write, that is also fine. This is to load the data. This is to load the data into this table, all the files. If you don't mention any explicitly file name, then it is trying to load the all the files. Okay. So here I have file name, files equal to order details.csv. Particularly, I am taking the order details.csv file and then trying to load the data into this target table. Suppose if you have multiple files, order details 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for that, you need to use pattern equal to this order star. So these are the 3 things. One is for all the files, you can use this one. For you have any multiple, suppose out of 10, you need to process the 3. Then you need to place here file 1, comma, file 2, file 3, file 4, like that. You need to place those file names in the bracket. Or if you have a bulk number of files, they are start with the order or employee or customer or bank, etc. Then you can write pattern equal to that customer dot star, so that it will read the all the files which are file name start with the customer, like that. So these are the 3 things you need to remember. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Chalo, I am going to load the data into this table. See here, one second, results. The file is order details, status is loaded, number of rows are passed 1500, number of rows are loaded 1500. So these are some error limit, those things and all. We will discuss in the further session. Okay. Now, if you check the data into the orders table, then you have 1500 records. 1500 records. See, clear or not clear, guys?
Yeah. So see the one like Shekhar, like external stage is we created, it is pointing to three files. If we have a placed one more file, fourth file, for example, customers, the S3 location, do automatically external stage will pick it up when we run a copy command, or we need to run external stage again to pick that into the fourth file, and then we run a copy command for customers.
If you already created the external stage, that external stage has the S3 bucket. If S3 bucket has n number of files, then while loading the copy command, you just mention the file names here. That's it.
Okay, for example, even after creating a external stage, it doesn't matter. Even if you put a new files in the S3, still it will be able to pick it up.
Still it will pick up, not a problem.
So it's a permanent connection. It means that
Correct,
permanent
correct,
live
correct.
connection.
Yes. That's it.
Okay,
Once you make the establish how many number of files are loaded into that external stage, that is doesn't matter. The files will display.
yeah. And also one more question, Shekhar. If you run the orders table multiple times, second time if you run copy command, will it check the duplication or just go and dump again?
No, that's what yesterday I mentioned. No? Then it will throw the error now. See, load skipped.
Oh, skip. Okay.
Files was loaded before. File was loaded before. It will skip. It will not load by default. We have some other options. We will discuss in next future sessions.
Okay. Okay.
Chalo.
Second, one more question. Staging is nothing but a kind of data about the data, right? So it does
No,
not.
no. That this is not data about the data. This is one of the object.
Okay.
This is
No.
a,
What is what I mean? Object is nothing but a kind of to have information where the data has been exactly located. Correct.
that's what. Where so it is referring to source path, source location.
Hmm.
It
Okay.
is referring to
So
the source location.
okay. Yesterday I meant like staging is nothing but a kind of total S3 file get loaded into the staging. From the staging only get loaded to the table. So that's what I understand very wrong.
Okay, that's fine. That's what while discussing the theoretical things, lot many things, we
Hmm.
will create our own stories. I will assume one story, you will
Hmm.
assume one story. While telling the story, they will create their own world. Then when you see the movie, then you will understand. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So that is
Okay.
that is that is common.
Okay, staging is nothing but a kind of holding a list of objects, correct? Not for
List of
data.
the list of the files. Stage means files from the source path. It
Okay.
has it has see here.
For example, I have a 5 TB of file in S3. I want to get loaded into the Snowflake. The same 5 TB of data get loaded staging first, then it loaded to table. Is it right?
5 TB of data will not be processed. There is a limitations 250 MB. The best practice is 250 MB. One
Okay.
file size it will allow. If we have 5 TB of data, then you need to divide break.
So in that case, we have a duplicate record, right? So see
Not
S3.
in duplicate records.
Uh,
Not in duplicate records. See, you are dividing the one file into multiple files. That's it. 1 to 10 one file, 11 to 12 other file, 11 to 20 other file, 21 to 30 other file, 31 to 40 other file, like that.
okay, we split the data. We store in the staging area from the staging to table loaded, correct?
From you are not going to store in the stage.
Staging.
You are staging in the S3 bucket.
Okay.
So your stage will be accessed your S3 bucket.
Okay.
Whenever you execute your stage, always it look into your S3 bucket. Whatever the files are there in the S3 bucket, then it
Okay.
bring and then load by using
Okay.
the
This process,
command.
everything take care based.
Sorry.
Okay. Everything take care by Snowflake itself. Okay. No. This S3 to staging to database that take care by Snowflake itself, right?
No. See, let me clarify. It's S3 is
Voice is
separate.
breaking, Shekhar. Hello.
That's okay. That's okay. Not a problem. This basics you need to understand clearly. This S3 is a S3 bucket is a one separate thing. That is completely different environment. That is AWS environment. S3 bucket is a placeholder. You have a files. This is clear, Prem. This is clear.
Yeah. Clear.
Now external stage is
Yeah. I am clear.
external stage is the one object which is created in the Snowflake environment. This is again separate environment. The weapon is external stage weapon. This is the one of the strong object which is a intermediate between the your AWS and then your Snowflake. By using this external stage only, you can access the AWS S3 bucket. Once you create this external stage by providing your S3 bucket details, then you are all set to bring the data from S3 bucket and then load the data into the Snowflake tables. So this is the intermediate between the AWS and Snowflake. Okay, clear or not clear?
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall then?
Clear.
Yeah. We will meet on Monday. Okay, guys.
Yeah,
Monday morning same time.
thank
And
you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
have a
for
question. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to know,
Thank
like,
you. Yeah.
after completing this course, how many years of experience are we gonna have? And after completing this course, can we call ourselves like a Snowflake developers?
we will discuss on Monday, Kumar.
Okay.
Actually, they are chasing. Try to make the registration by today or by tomorrow. Maybe on Monday they are going to change the link. You won't be access the same link. Once you make the registration, then you maybe get the new link on Monday, or else you will be stuck. They don't share the new link. Okay. The Monday we will connect on same time. Kumar, Monday we will discuss all your questions. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.